My name is Adena, my pronouns are she and her, and I'm proud to receive the JQ Allyship Award. I work with other nonprofit organizations as a supporter and donor, helping people. That's the simplest way that I describe my job. I have lived in Los Angeles for 36 years. I met my husband when I was living in New York, and he was living here, and it was basically love at first sight. We have 3 children. I have worked since 1986 as a financial advisor and wealth manager. I grew up in Dallas in a very liberal Jewish Texas home. My father worked for a brokerage firm, and they had hired a sales manager, and he invited him to Shabbat dinner, and it was Harvey Milk. And my father was one of his donors. And that's how I was raised. When I was 13, Roe v. Wade was on the cusp of being passed, and there was an organization called NARAL, National Abortion Rights Action League, and I asked if I could go volunteer. And I just found an immense amount of satisfaction, but that's where it started. And so from there, I moved towards a little bit more political activism, and after I had children, it became more of what's important for their future. Jared just turned 16. He said, there's a prom, and there's someone I'd like to take. And we said, oh, who are they? And he said, well, it's a he. We said, oh, okay. And I said, tell us about him. And he, of course, looks at me and said, were you surprised? Are you surprised? I said, no. And so we proceeded in this very loud, crowded room to listen to his coming out. And when I was thinking about having a little more bandwidth to do something of service, I have a queer son, what can I do? I looked at PFLAG, and I, by chance, was having coffee with someone who I didn't know. I said something about Jared and his boyfriend, and he said, oh my God, I have the organization for you. Being a board member on JQ, I have witnessed firsthand how this organization can support the community. In September, I hosted the JQ Queer the New Year Rosh Hashanah celebration in my backyard, and we ended up having 150 plus people. It was so rewarding for me personally to see this community come together in such a welcoming and comfortable and open environment, and having the sounding board of someone who understands who you are and gets you is kind of remarkable. People didn't want to leave, which is always the sign of a good event. JQ is important to my journey because I am following in the footsteps of people who believe in civil rights, who believe in human rights, and we need a JQ and other organizations in the world to make sure that those rights are protected. My message for other parents and allies is just be that support person for the people who need you. And listen, don't offer advice, just listen. Every person needs to be loved and needs to be supported. And it is heartbreaking that there are people out there who do not have that support from their loved ones, from their friends, from their community. And so the idea that there is an organization that supports people for who they are is absolutely phenomenal and remarkable. And I'm so honored not only to be a part of it, but to be recognized with the Ally Award. And I hope I continue to make all of you proud.